What is going on, everybody? How we doing today? As usual, hope you're doing well. It is a Wednesday, and not just any Wednesday, but Ash Wednesday. As you can see, I don't have any ashes on my forehead. That's because, truthfully, I really only started going to church again within the last year or so, and because of that, I got to be honest with you, I'm like kind of stupid when it comes to how church things work a lot of the time. So I kind of assumed that there was some aspect of getting ashes on Ash Wednesday that um it would have been prohibitive to me, kind of like kind of like communion, right? The host, I currently don't actually get up and receive the host. I actually typically go on Saturdays, not Sundays, but when I do go to church, because I have not been to confession yet. I plan on going, but it's been weird for me. So because of that, I didn't go to Ash Wednesday. I didn't go get ashes, but I am giving some stuff up for Lent. By the way, let me know if my microphone is all messed up. As you can see, I finally got a microphone arm. It's about time. Now that my channel is doing that. Now that my channel's been doing that for a long time, I figure, you know what? It's about time I start investing in this. Um, but because of that, I've been tweaking. I've been trying to tweak my microphone a little bit. I don't want it to peak, but I also don't want you guys to not be able to hear anything. But anyway, what is going on, JC? What is going on, Smart Moron? What's going on, Toffeelicious? Thank you very much for watching on Kick, my friend. What's going on, Hi Ecuador? Hope you're all doing well tonight. Oh, excuse me, jeez. Oh, I am coming off of the most heinous sickness, man. Something happened over the weekend. I don't know what. I don't know what it was that I ate. I think I might know what it is that I ate, but I just was absolutely screaming eagle, like toilet and vomiting, like fucking both ends, just spewing out both ends all Monday night. To the point where I was like telling the wife, like, yo, I'm gonna go to the hospital if I don't get any better soon. And luckily, I didn't have to go to the hospital, but I'm still recovering from that, even though I've been mostly fine. I'm just like, my body is fucking sore and I have no energy. So because of that, I tried to go to work yesterday. I made it in for like 3 hours. And then today and tomorrow, I told my boss, I'm like, yo, I ain't coming in. I'm sorry, it just ain't happening. Um, but yeah, that was pretty crazy. For you are dust, and to dust you shall return. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Like I try to avoid and I know that's one of the things that I became known for over the last year was actually Easter of last year. I got into a big argument with Jay Dyer. I'm not one of those guys who's like trying to fight about stuff all the time. That's not me. Um, not religiously anyway, right? Like when it comes down to it, I'm going to stand up for myself or stand up in a situation that I feel that is necessary. But when it comes to like religion, specifically Christianity, I'm not going to argue interfaith, or not interfaith, but interdenominational. Excuse me. It's pointless in my opinion. I can tell people why I decided to return to Catholicism, right? But I'm not going to sit here and like get into a big argument. But if there's one thing I can't stand, it's Ash Wednesday is a big thing for Catholics, and you have Protestants and Ortho bros who are sitting there like talking shit about it on Twitter because of course they have to. And I noticed that seems to be a one-way thing for the most part. I got to be honest with you. I don't know if there's any Protestants or Ortho bros in the chat right now. If so, thanks for showing up. And I'm not trying to talk shit on you, but that's one thing that kind of made me not want to become an ortho bro when I was kind of thinking about what church I was actually going to go back to. There's actually an Orthodox church closer to me than any of the Catholic churches that are in my area. And like it would have been real easy for me and the wife to just pop in down there. But it's not just for that. It's not just for that. Don't get me wrong. But one of the reasons that I was like, I don't think I want to go that route is because I noticed that a lot of people go that route because they want to feel like they're correct. They want to feel like they're correct, and they want to feel like they get to tell you how you're wrong. And that's not something that I've ever really appreciated. I don't like that kind of behavior. you know? And it just disgusts me to see that from people who, the same people who, by the way, when Ukraine and Russia popped off, they were the ones who were like, no more brother wars. Ukraine needs to stop this, as if Ukraine was doing anything wrong, you know? But what it is that when they went Orthodox because the Russian Orthodox Church, a lot of these people didn't go Orthodox because they were like, wow, you know, the Greek Orthodox, the Greek, you know, the way the Greeks do Orthodoxy is really good. No, what they liked was that Putin was feeding them red meat. You know, they're easily swayed by jingling keys. You know, they you jingle keys in front of their faces, and they're all for whatever you're trying to sell them. You know, and it's just it's gross to me. You know, it's disgusting. But anyway, thoughts on Clavicular getting frame mogged by an ASU frat leader, dude? That's gonna be in the history books. That's gonna be in the history books. You're gonna flip from World War II to Clavicular getting frame mogged. I like how that caused an explosion in Zoomer speak. Like people have been talking like that for years, but it's been a niche internet thing. Um, And it's funny again because like a lot of this stuff comes from like the MGTOW and the incel world, you know. Not all of it. Like the idea of mogging, like I don't exactly know where that comes from. I think that might be a pure Zoomer thing, but the idea of like you know paying attention to somebody's frame in that way, paying attention to somebody's eyes, paying attention to someone's jaw and stuff like that. That is that is what's it called? That's a very incel slash MGTOW thing. It's mostly an incel thing though, because MGTOW, their whole thing isn't, hey, how do I look good for the women? It's like, no, like get away from me, you know. Um, Thank you very much, W. Clyde, for subbing and liking. I appreciate that. You know, what's going on, Mike Phantom? Just want to come say hi and spread some positivity. Hey, thank you very much for popping in. I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that a lot. Um, But oh, I don't want to miss anything here. Ronda Rousey come back against an old lady, Gina Carano. I mean, Ronda Rousey's old too. Ronda, like, I can remember I was 17 or 18, and I think she was like 29 or something like that. And now I'm 31, so she's probably late 30s at the very least. I'm curious about that now. Ronda Rousey. You know, I don't think they're that different in age. I just think they started fighting at different times, you know. Gina Carano, she stopped fighting before Ronda Rousey even had her first fight, but Ronda Rousey was a judo Olympian, you know. Um, yeah, 1987. Yeah, so she's only like 37, 38. But then let's see Gina Carano. Um, yeah, she's a little bit younger than I anticipated, but 1982, so she is 43. Yeah, so you know, you get to a point where each year starts to matter a little bit more. Like the difference between say a 24 and a 27 or a 28-year-old is like not that much, but the difference between a 36 or a 37 and a 43-year-old, yeah, you are starting to get into that a little bit, right? But I mean, the thing about Gina Carano is that, and you can see this in the face off that they did. She is very clearly a lot bigger than Ronda Rousey, and Ronda Rousey was figured out. Not immediately, obviously not, but Ronda Rousey was figured out by Holly Holm. Um, and you know, I've said it for a long time. It just sucks because Ronda Rousey, like, I never really liked her. I knew that what's her face, Holly Holm would beat her, and I know like 15, 20 years later, something like that. No, I think it's maybe been 15 years. Like, yeah, 15 years later, it's so easy to say that. But I remember seeing Holly Holm's first. I don't. It wasn't an amateur fight. She couldn't have fought amateur MMA. She was a pro boxer. I saw her first pro MMA fight, and I was like, this is going to be the one to beat Ronda Rousey for sure. If Ronda Rousey just learned to shoot in for takedowns if she just learned to go knee to the mat, and not even knee to the mat, she could just learn how to blast double. She could learn to, I almost said Smith, snatch single. If she had just learned how to do that, she would have been fine for at least another couple of years. She could have prolonged it a little bit more, but um, I mean, she went haywire after that loss, and then she came back and she was convinced that she was a boxer now, and she got pieced up by Amanda Nunes. So that is what it is. That is what it is. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 3,000 years since my last confection. Fuck, man, I really am fat. Holy shit. Holy shit, dude. That was a stave. That was a stave moment. Damn. That was like a Thousand Island stare kind of moment. Holy fuck. Yeah, I mean it basically has been. I have not gone to confession since my first confession to get first communion. Um, my parents, I don't know what they wanted to get out of the whole religion thing. I don't know what their intention with that was. I mean, hey, whatever. Whatever. Um I went to confession once as a kid, and I said I hadn't confessed in a year or two, and he mumbled Jesus under his breath and then rushed me through it. Oh boy. Oh boy. I can only imagine what he's going to say. Um, I hadn't. I had that flu in January. It was rough. Yeah, I got lucky this year. I don't think I didn't get the flu. I have a feeling I'm not gonna get the flu. Let's knock on some wood there. Knock on some wood. But yeah. I mean, Mm. I was fucked up on Monday. I was fucked up a couple weeks ago too. I think I just keep eating bad shit. I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you. I had some like fucking supermarket sushi, and then the next day I'm riding home on the Red Line. I had to go into Boston that day, and the Red Line keeps doing this start stop start stop thing, and I felt like shit all day, but I didn't feel like I was gonna throw up. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, after the start stop, my stomach got tossed around enough. I fucking threw up, you know? And I was on the Red Line and I didn't anticipate I was going to vomit, you know? So I had no choice but to just throw up all over the ground on the fucking Red Line. And for those of you that don't know, the Red Line is one of the subways, that's part of the underground trains in Boston. So there's somebody had to clean that up that night, and I am deeply sorry. Scott rules. Thank you very much, CPT. I appreciate that. You rule too. Every man gets mogged by someone. Exactly. Everyone gets mogged sometimes. It happens. Gay Dyer, yeah. I would be open to dialogue with him regarding what happened that day, but he would not be open to that for two reasons. One, I don't have the clout, and he is first and foremost a clout chaser. Two, he is too prideful. And again, that is what leads a lot of people to orthodoxy. And I'm sorry if there's any ortho bros in here. I'm not trying to talk about you specifically. I'm only calling what I see in Jay Dyer and some of the other ortho bros out there. I'm not saying it's all of them at all, but pride is what leads these people to orthodoxy. Pride as well as just earthly things. In their mind, you can call gay people, that F slur that'll get me banned off YouTube in orthodoxy, and you won't get finger wagged. So it's totally fine. And again, this is what leads to that whole like Russophile thing, is because you have Putin who like he pretends like he's a friend of the church when he was a KGB dude who, as a KGB dude, would have been a staunch atheist. Communism and Christianity don't mix, and the only reason they rebuilt the church in Russia is to make it a fucking communist psyop in the first place. So even if communism falls, the church in Russia is still going to be a puppet of the state, especially when the state is ran by somebody like Putin. So again, it's red meat. It's Putin knowing how to play the field. He's no dummy. He's a very intelligent guy. you know and unfortunately a lot of people are just not that smart about it, and that's something I've talked about for a little while, but like not in depth. But it's something that I felt compelled to talk about on Twitter recently. I'll read the tweet. you know. Um, I'll I'll read you guys a tweet from the realest motherfucker I know. Um, if I can even find it, sure. Um, okay, I found it. But if Scott sees Jay Dyer in the streets, he's gonna start fist. He's gonna start fist maxing. Oh boy. Oh boy. What's going on, iPhone meat? Oh man. Oh boy. Um, can't believe I used Mog in a serious context 2 years ago. LOL. Yeah, I'm not someone who tends to use vernacular. That's a leftover from my childhood where I noticed that a lot of people who used different vernacular that is like just like hip or like new or youthful vernacular like it I noticed that a lot of people who used words like that were just fucking stupid. You know, like we had this thing in the fifth grade. Whenever somebody would tell, um, if you, me, and I'm doing it. We had this word called salted, right? Um, and like it was the dumbest shit. And I knew from that point, I was like, I don't want to be the kind of person who uses dumbass words like that all the time, which is ironic because I swear a lot, but whatever. Um, Basically the way it goes is like somebody insults somebody else and then like a third party is like, "Ooh, salted." It's like that was the dumbest thing. This is like 21, 22 years ago at this point. And that was a moment where I was like, yeah, I don't want to talk like that. I don't want to be like that. So I try to avoid using too much modern vernacular or slang or whatever. I was never somebody who would be like, "Whoa, that's based." Dude, are you red pilled? Dude, take the red pill, bro. Like that. I never did that. I thought that was weird. But yeah. This kind of goes into what I'm talking about in this tweet. I said people in America are one-shotted by democracy on a level where they think their opinions are correct and worth sharing. That isn't how it was for generations, even in America. This is a boomer and beyond thing. The fact is, most people are dumb, no matter what political stance they hold. You can agree with me on 100% of things and still not be worth listening to. It's painted the current discourse and made it impossible to have a meaningful discussion because people who belong at the kids' table think you're an idiot, and there's more of them than there are of you. And it is definitely a boomer thing because and I'm not saying baby boomers were the first generation to rebel, but they were probably the first generation in recent memory that had like a real narcissism to that rebellion. They were the I want my MTV generation. They were the no, my parents were just like racist fascists generation. They were the first one. They were the first one. That's where you get hippies and other fucking idiots like that from. Um, and people don't realize that just because you agree with like a good standpoint, it doesn't mean that you are specifically that intelligent. A lot of the time you're just looking out for what you believe to be your best interest. And if your interest flipped, you would immediately flip and stop giving a fuck. And it looked like my dad does it, right? My dad, he was, I would assume he still is on some level, but my dad's big on like these damn illegals, they gotta send them home. And when he's talking to my wife, who is a legal immigrant, she's actually a citizen now, he sounds like honestly a fucking liberal the way he talks about it. He like 5-10 years ago he would have been like, they fucking send them all back, blah blah blah. But because he knows and loves my wife, who is not American born, she is a naturalized citizen. And if I'm being honest with you, she was here illegally for a little while, not because she was like, I'm just going to border hop, but because we were in the process of getting her green card and her visa ran out. So it was like a thing where she couldn't go back because then she wouldn't get her green card, but technically she was illegal, right? Like because my dad knows and loves my wife, he doesn't sit here like, oh, and fucking send the illegals back. Not nearly as much anymore. You know, I don't think my dad's dumb either. I'm just saying that, like, when it comes down to it, people are not made equal. And unfortunately, democracy has brainwashed people into believing that everybody's beliefs are just the same as everybody else's, especially if they seem like they're the same on paper. There's no question of where those beliefs came from. Why did this person decide to pivot towards that thing at some point in their life? And because of that, you have this horde of idiots who, because they believe a certain thing, they assume that that must mean not only are they intelligent, but also they are worth listening to and they are correct metaphysically, and that everybody else needs to agree with them. And if you don't agree with them, whether it's um, specifically on the opinion, or if it's got something to do with like how you believe that those things should be done, like how you should enact those beliefs or something like that, well then you're an idiot, you know. um and the unfortunate reality is, not only does it make it so that nobody wants to like unite and actually do something good, but the people who are elevated are usually not good people to elevate. You know, I'm not gonna like point at specific people. Not that my 12 viewer stream is gonna get clip farmed and people are gonna show it to those people, but like I could name plenty of people. I mean, honestly, Lauren Southern, great example. You know, I do think she did some great work with her documentaries though. I do think she did good work with her documentaries, but um excuse me, geez. So maybe she isn't even like a good example, but Ashley St. Clair, you know, perfect example. And now she's coming out and she's like, actually, no, I was wrong. Trans people deserve rights, and it's very, very, very clear what she's about to do with Elon Musk's kid. By the way, it is so clear what is going to end up happening. Give it 2 years tops, tops. And it would not surprise me one bit her coming out and being like, actually, our kid is trans, me and Elon Musk's kid. The people who give people like that clout are just as guilty of giving someone like that clout as that person is for accepting the clout. And I would say even more guilty than the people who are accepting that clout. Because at the end of the day, I mean, if somebody's looking at you, what are you going to do? Say, don't look at me? Especially when you can get paid for it? Fuck no, you're going to take the money. You're, you're going to take that money and you're going to keep on trying to make that money, you know? Um, and it just creates a situation where nothing is real, everybody's a grifter, everything's a grift, and you have the worst people representing you. And it is just you can't get anything serious done, you can't get anything real done, you know. It's insane. You could have fixed your Scott. I don't know who you're talking about, High Ecuador, but I bet I could have. um Tomorrow's payday. I'm buying Papa John's and beer tomorrow. Hey, good for you, man. You know, I was thinking earlier today I could use some pizza, but I am like I said, I'm fucking sick as a dog. I'm sick as a dog still, so you know, I can't do it. I miss Papa John's. We don't have Papa John's around where I'm at. You know, living in Massachusetts sucks, and I am glad that I'm going to be getting out of here. Because there's nothing in the state, and I know Papa John's, like who like that's what you're excited about, Papa John's, dude. There is nothing in this state. Massachusetts is a dying state because there is no way to make money on anything. It is so hard to make money. You have so much fucking rent. So like everything's just so expensive. You can't open a business. It's just not happening. There's nothing cool in Massachusetts. It sucks, you know. It really sucks. Um, what's going on, Peach Boy? Happy Lent to you too, my friend. It is. I hate Domino's. Too much cheese and salt. I used to love Domino's cheesy bread, but I had it, I want to say like 2 months ago, and there was just something about it. I feel like maybe there was just too much grease. which like, for me to say is like, whoa, man, that must have been a lot of grease. But, um, yeah, it's, there was just something about it. I was like, man, I could not, you know, uh, Scott's hardworking and everyone on the train thinks he's on gear. Bro, when I threw up on that train, not one person was like, hey, are you okay? You all right? You need anything? You need me to call somebody? No, not one person was like that. Everyone just kind of looked at me like, and then they all walked off. And it was at that point I was like, I wish I threw up on somebody. There was a guy sitting like not the seat next to me. You do that thing where you sit in a seat, you leave the seat next to you free, and then somebody takes the seat after it. That way everybody has their personal space. I wish I went. Bleh. That's what I wish I did, bro. I wish I was like. Bleh. Just fucking I talked about it like that Jewish dude on the black chick. Fucking I don't want to pull it up again, but exactly like that. That's what I should have did. KGB equals cute gay boys. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Joe Rogers? I'm a little bit behind on the chats. There's it's quite a bit of chats today. So I apologize if I'm just catching up here. Dana White should be charged for war crimes for the amount of Holly Holm main events he put on. Yeah, dude, Holly Holm was really disappointing because you would like, and it really shows you how the fight game is not like a 2+2=4 situation, because like you would think that Holly Holm beat the biggest star in women's MMA, the most exciting, because you can say what you want about Ronda Rousey. They were exciting fights. She put on exciting fights, if we're being honest here. Um, it was cool to see her do her thing. But like you would think that the woman to beat Ronda Rousey, especially the way she beat Ronda Rousey, you would think she would be like, all right, time to fucking like time to go hard. Nope. Nope. I can remember in 2020, it was a little bit before the COVID thing. So, I got together with some buddies, and one of the times we got together was for it was Conor McGregor versus Cowboy Cerrone. And Holly Holm, I don't think she was the co-main necessarily, but she was on the card, and I remember it was 15 minutes of her wall wrestling, throwing like pot shot knees on her opponent, because she knew she couldn't actually outfight her opponent. Her opponent was too small with L, too young compared to her. Her opponent was too quick, too technical, too something. And because of that, Holly Holm was like, nah, I'm gonna hold her against the cage. And it's like, on one hand, it's like, okay, I understand. Your job is not to put on good fights, your job is to win. We can all admit that now. It's been years of us getting boring shit in the UFC. We can admit that, yeah, it's their job to win fights. If they lose, they seriously get fucked. And it sucks, but that just is what it is. But man, you get to a point where it's like, yo, even if somebody's winning, they should probably be docked in some way for that kind of performance. They should not be rewarded for that kind of performance. It would be better if we had like I was talking about it. I believe I talked about it on the kick stream that I did. By the way, I'm doing kick streams now as well. The last one I did was on Saturday. I did old fights. If you are not subscribed to me on Kick, if you don't follow me on Kick, please follow me. Kick.com/Scott Sullivan MMA. I would really appreciate that. Okay, I'll put it in the chat too. All right. Anyway, um, but Pride Fighting Championships had a yellow and red card system. It was like 3 yellow cards, right? That's you get. It's like one yellow card is a 10% deduction from your purse, and it also acts as a physical warning. Hey, you're not fighting hard enough. You got to fight harder, man. Like, you got to go, dude. 2 yellow cards, that totals a 20%. 3 yellow cards, that's a 30% deduction. And then it's either 3 yellow cards is a red card, which is a disqualification, or it was like 3 yellow cards, or it was like 3 yellow cards and then you can get a red card. I forget exactly which one, but the bottom line is you had the ability to like tell the fighters, "Hey, dude, what are you guys doing? Fucking fight. You're not here to outpoint each other. Fight." The fans want to see a fight here. They don't want to see fucking Olympic boxing, you know. But by the way, thank you very much, JC, for following me on Kick. I appreciate that. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of stuff that I can't do on YouTube. That's why I'm starting to do the Kick streams. One stream a week is gonna be dedicated to the Kick streams. So I look forward to those. I would love to grow an audience on there if at all possible as well, because I think that's a place that you could really grow and you could really do something good. Um, I feel that it's probably better to grow an audience there for streaming than it is on YouTube, if anything. If Just for the fact that you can do more stuff alone, I'm not going to get popped for playing 10 seconds of a copyrighted song type shit, but yeah. Anyway, went to a Mexican flavored church, sat behind two gay men who wouldn't stop touching each other. Yes. Oh, yes. That's the thing about Mexican Catholicism is like it's practically its own fucking thing. You know, they're a strange folk. They're a strange folk. Jay Dyer doesn't remember you or the conversation anyway. Yeah, I'm sure he doesn't. He's got to think about the next thing. He's got to think about the next like grift, the next person he's going to use to try and get some clout, And it's funny because I remember he mentioned he was doing it for 20 years and like I've seen his YouTube channel and it's like he doesn't break 10,000. Actually, I could be wrong. I'm not gonna bother looking it up. I just remember seeing the video of me and it had like 6,000 views on his clip channel and it's like you've been doing it for 20 years and you're not able to break at least 10,000 views on your clip channel. That's pretty bad, dude. Shit. I treat this as a hobby. You know, I make videos whenever I feel like it, and I do shitty chill streams. Of course, my shit ain't going anywhere. I'm not on Fish Tank anymore. The Fish Tank crowd is like, oh fucking Mizzy, you know. Oh, hey, is Angie streaming? Like of course, fucking. I'm old hat, so those people aren't hanging around anymore. But to be Mister like I'm the orthodox guy and you're doing it like every fucking day. It's like that's pretty bad, man. That's pretty fucking bad. But anyway, um, Jimmy Smith described Holly Holm as the Buster Douglas of MMA. Um, I'm curious. I'm curious how he meant that because I could see that in some ways. Ads play right when Scott says Jewish dude. Yes. It's fucking Netanyahu beaming ads to my channel. Companies and people are leaving mass in record numbers. Good for you on getting out of here. Don't go too far though. LOL. Dude, I might have to go too far is the issue, You should seriously consider getting out of here too, JC, honestly. I don't think there's anything here for people like us, and yeah, I'm nervous too. I'm nervous. I'm wondering what the future is going to hold for me. I feel like I'm under the gun because I'm in my early 30s. My wife's in my early 30s. My wife's in her early 30s. My wife is 6 months older than me. So, 35 is kind of that magic number where like, the chances of there being some kind of birth defect increase. And then also my wife is a high risk pregnancy in the first place because she's a kidney donor. She only has one kidney. So like I got to be honest, I'm kind of sweating here, like thinking about everything, but there is nothing here for me. The economy, the politicians, the tribe that I have. I'm not just talking my parents either. Like there's no reason why after everything I've done for the owner of my gym, he should not be either A, giving me the gym after building it up to be like a real money maker and then I can just be like a business owner, or paying me like 30 to 40,000 a year, which is low by the way, to manage his business for him. There's no reason for that, you know? Um, but these people, they're just concerned about what they can get out of me. They're not concerned about whether or not my life is going to be like worthwhile. Their main concern is, oh well, I just want to go and get some fucking food. Like literally, that's all my coach thinks about on a day to day basis is where am I going to get dinner from tonight. That's my parents, same fucking thing. You know, it's like holy shit. So, like, JC, if you don't have anybody who's legit willing to look out for you here, you should get the fuck out of here. And I'd say the same thing to anybody else in Massachusetts, especially if you have a marketable skill. Like me, I'm a dummy. I don't have any marketable skill. I can teach people how to fight. That's about it. I'm trying to learn cybersecurity. I actually have the test tomorrow, and hopefully I'm going to pass it. If not, I'm going to have to do a retake. But um, cybersecurity is hard to get into right now. I'm gonna have to play it real careful. I'm gonna have to play it in a way that's gonna like really benefit me. I'm gonna have to make it work. Um, there's a good chance I get my Sec Plus, and then I start doing a bunch of other shit on top of that, and I won't be able to get a job till at least the end of this year. But if you have a marketable skill, go somewhere else with that skill. You know, the moment I knew that I was gonna have to move out of New England was I was in it was a little over a year ago. I was in Maryland and I am walking around this shopping mall, and for one thing, the shopping mall was like good. It was like there was like cool shit there. There was cool stores. A lot of the malls in Massachusetts, if they're not barren, they're just dead. They're gone. Like I remember I lived in um I lived in a town that was close to Taunton a little while ago. And in Taunton was this mall called the Silver City Galleria. And I decide one day, hey, baby, I talked to my wife, you want to go to the mall? There's a mall around here. We show up to the mall, it's fucking closed. The whole mall is closed down. I didn't know. We showed up to an abandoned mall, just like, oh shit, I guess we ain't shopping today. Fuck. But then in addition to that, as I'm walking around this mall, I grab my phone and I go on Facebook and I see an ad from Zillow and it says $250,000 for a 2-story Cape house. And I was like, really? That's crazy. Where's that? It was in Maryland. It was on the eastern shore of Maryland. And I was like, this is really what you can get elsewhere? Like, I don't think I want to go to Maryland, but like we gotta figure something out. And we figured out where we wanted to go, and we're gonna be going there, by the end of this year. And it's just like, man. Imagine not seizing the moment and urban exploring the mall with your wife. Yeah, I ain't trying to do that. Urban exploring is a guy activity. I ain't bringing a girl to fucking urban explore. I used to do that all the time. I broke into this movie theater that's in the center of my hometown, and I stole some merchandise. It was closed down for like at least 5 years, and they had a film reel for the Muppets in Space. Unfortunately, I left that at my friend's house, and I never got it back. I got some Beverly Hills Ninja stuff as well. It's like Chris Farley doing one of those split kicks in the air. I'm pretty sure it was. I left it at my parents' house. It's still in the basement. But yeah, we used to do shit like that every now and again. Can't wait until Letty goes full orthotrad and becomes larger than all the others and has to debate you on theology, bro. Honestly, if Letty really wanted to grift, she could easily do something like that, and it would absolutely blast her into infinity. Especially if she started denouncing, not like denouncing Fish Tank and Jet and Sam and everything like that, but just denouncing some of the things that she did in the past. It would be like kaboom, like explosion, you know. Especially the Bible and the dryer thing. She could, if she was like that was not okay of me to do and blah blah blah. You know, it's tough not to take the money. It's tough not to take the money. It really is. But I like to think Letty has a little bit more integrity than to do something like that. I don't think she would I don't think she would want to do something like that. She definitely plays the game for sure, obviously, but I don't think she would take it that far. um my friend hit me up saying I can move in with his family in New Hampshire. Definitely going to take him up on it. That's really good. I like New Hampshire. I went to New Hampshire in November, and if there was one state in New England, you put a gun to my head and say you have to live in one state in New England, it would be New Hampshire, because New Hampshire is like the Texas of New England in a certain sense. Although you have a lot of hipsters there. You have a lot of bleed over from like Massachusetts goes up, Vermont goes east, and you'd be surprised, like you go to these like these mountain towns, these ski towns and stuff like that. You'd be surprised at the amount of people who are like hippies. Like we yeah, we went into this one place, and it was like this chick with a trans flag, and she made her own postcards and like candles and shit like that. Like you'd be surprised how much of that is there. But it's a lot easier to get away from it and still be free to do whatever you want. I feel bad for the people out in Western Mass, because it's a lot more conservative, it's a lot more down to earth. The farther out west you go, that's kind of like the boonies of the state, but they're still clamped down upon by Boston. And it's like, yo, these like, why shouldn't these people be allowed to own ARs if they want them? It's not like there's a bunch of liberals living out in fucking Winchendon. I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. But there's the Massachusetts is small, but it's bigger than you think. Um, we tend to almost think like it ends at Worcester, and it's like, nah, there's still like another hour and a half, 2 hours on the highway going through that state. But yeah, New Hampshire's nice. I just want a place that's going to be easier living. um I'm not 24 anymore. I can remember being 24, working full time, training for a fight, writing a book, running a YouTube channel where I did 2 uploads and a stream per week. And in addition to that, I was also doing the activism thing too. Like, it was a lot easier for me to just be like bang, 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 just like one after another, after another, after another, after another. I actually liked it, but I'm 31. I mean, I'm an unk. I'm an unk now. And um I'm just not it's not that I'm not built for that anymore. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm built for hard work, but I feel like Sisyphus. There's no end to it, and there's no getting ahead, you know. There's no like the work that I'm doing every day. I'm busting my ass, giving myself migraines and like neck pain, and my fingertips are going numb because my neck issues from lifting all this shit. I'm working 40 hours a week doing that. Then I have to run a gym for some fucking guy who, he just bought his house this year, and he's fucking he's putting on additions to it and stuff. I'm just like, I'm not getting anywhere for the effort. So because of that, I'm just like, yo, I'm tired of that. I need to find a place that's going to be easier living, because I mean, I don't even have kids and I feel that way. Like, I would understand if it was like, okay, like my work gets me somewhere, but I have kids, therefore it is a little bit tougher. I would understand that, but it's like, no, I don't have kids. I don't have kids. That's not good that I feel this way. Imagine if I had kids while living this lifestyle. Fucking forget about it. Are you Catholic or Orthodox? I'm a Catholic, sir. Um, I went to North Adams in 2017 for a concert. It was the most people in that town at one time. LOL. Yeah, I went to Lincoln, New Hampshire last year in November, and like I had been up that way one time before, but I wasn't the one doing all the driving, so it didn't really hit me the difference between all these towns. You had like Lincoln, and then you'd drive like 400 yards that way, and you'd be in a different town. And then if you drove back up to Lincoln and you drove another 400 yards that way, you'd be in another town. There was like 1,500 people that live in Lincoln, New Hampshire. It's quite literally just a ski resort, and that's it, you know? Like it's people who run the ski resort and people who run things that the people who visit the ski resort partake in. And it's like, man, like that sounds cool. It sounds nice, slow, easy going, you know? If I want excitement, I can go find it. I'll find it somehow. Believe me, I was meant to cause a ruckus, you know? I'm one of those people. I can find it. I can find it, you know? But like I don't all this like fucking working my finger to the bone for fucking nothing. It's like, nah, that's gay. I'm sick of that shit, you know? Life sucks and then you die, Vince McMahon. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, you know. I don't actually believe that though, you know. I I think life is what you make it, you know. And a lot of people, and I'm going to sound like an asshole for saying this because I'm going to be like, you know, a lot of people are stupid, but I'm smart. But like a lot of people make their lives a lot harder than they need to be. The way that I know I have a right to be upset at my life right now is because I'm not doing heroin. I'm not spending my money on like new Jordans or a new iPhone. I'm not I'm not financing a new car, a new Murano as Nick Rochefort would talk about in that video. Like I'm not committing crime just for the sake of it. I'm not doing the things that somebody whose life is shitty because they keep stepping on rakes that they put in front of their own fucking feet would do. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to do as somebody who is trying to live above board, who is trying to do the right thing and be a productive member of society. And I'm very productive. I'm someone that people look up to and respect. And yet, my life is not improving. My life has not improved at all for 5 fucking years, which is insane because I've gotten better jobs. I've started making more money. I have a wife who shares half the fucking bills with me. So what the fuck is going on here, you know? Um if I was like still smoking all my money away, if I was like telling the cops to go fuck themselves and because of that I like bring unwanted attention on me and like they decide they're gonna fuck with me and they're gonna like trump up some charges or something like that. If I was genuinely being fucked up, it's like yeah, like all right, obviously that's what it is. But no, I wake up every day, I put my fucking pants on sometimes, and then I go to work, and then I go to the gym, and then I come home, and every now and again I do this, you know? So it's like I don't believe life has to be a bitch and then you die. I don't think, you know, I don't think that's the case, but I think that it is a lot easier than you realize to be put in that place through no fault of your own. And if you're in that place through no fault of your own, you really need a dramatic action to get out of there, you know? And that's what moving away is for me, you know? I know that like at the very least I'm comfortable with like having to work like dog shit jobs like that. They have dog shit jobs like that where I plan on going. So hey, let's get the fuck out of here, you know? It's kind of that situation. You know, nah, it's totally unlivable in mass unless you're a tech bro making 200K a year. You can't live. And yeah, everyone here is godless and have no loyalty to anyone but themselves. Hence your boss. They're all like that. Exactly. Fucking exactly. You know, it really is. It really is heinous. It's terrible. You know. Um, I think we're probably worse than California. I think in terms of like how much money and I mean look this is a random graph on the internet or not graph it was like an infographic on the internet so like I couldn't tell you if it was 100% accurate or not but I'm pretty sure the only I'm pretty sure the only state that out fucks Massachusetts on the livability scale as Hawaii. I'm pretty sure it was like Hawaii is the worst. Like you need hundreds of thousands to live, and then just behind them was Massachusetts. You know, and it's like holy shit, man. You know, this is insane. You know, like I'm not like most other people. You know, yeah, I'm aware of that. I've always been aware of that. I'm not like those other girls. I'm not like those other girls, you know. I'm not like them. But it really is just awful to see how like shitty people are, you know. And I mean, hey, it is what it is, you know. We are 100% worse than Cali. Oh yeah, for sure, you know, for sure. At the very least, you can escape LA. You can get out of LA, you know. Uh, fucking Boston to Worcester is just the long Boston. That's it, you know. And you got the worst kinds of people, you know, the kinds of people that welcome Section 8 into their communities, and then they're like, what happened in this town when somebody starts shooting up the fucking grocery store? You know, when some kid who is only in town because his mommy got Section 8 is fucking bringing guns to school, and you're on Facebook in the town Facebook group like this ain't the same town that I grew up in. What's going on? What's happening? It's like, yo, fucking throw yourself into the river. Fucking stick your head in an oven, you know? It's like holy fuck, man. You know, and then you make a comment about like, hey, you don't even make it racial either. You make it into a thing like, look, Section 8 housing is the problem. These people are getting given houses basically from like Dorchester and Brockton and Fall River, New Bedford, Lawrence, Springfield, etc., etc. You know, they're being given houses for like practically nothing every month. Meanwhile, the working man has to pay exorbitant fees because of that. By the way, because of that, when you mention that, they're like, "What? You don't think the poor people need some place to live too? What? You don't think poor people deserve to live in places too?" It's like, I think they deserve to live in places with other poor people in a city far away from me. Get them the fuck away from me. Fuck off. Holy shit. How many people need to die? How many people need to get shot? How much drugs need to be trafficked in our community before we're going to say, "Yo, why don't we send the Section 8 people back to the ghetto?" Sounds like a good idea to me. I don't know. But no. These fucking idiots, dude. Um Yeah, that's one of the that's one of the consequences of um Section 8 as well. That's part of the reason why, in fact, that's a huge reason why rent prices are so exorbitant right now, is because there's a lot of Section 8 in the state of Massachusetts, and landlords know they can get a shit ton of money for Section 8 because it's not like it's the people who are moving in who are paying. No, no way. It's the state that will subsidize the housing. So even if it's not completely paid for, well, you know, I'm sure even the most ghettoist gagger of in the fucking world can make $300 a month out of their own pocket. I'm sure they'll figure out some way. And because of that, instead of charging a more reasonable price, they charge fucking 2,500 a month for a one bedroom apartment, 5 to 700 square feet, that type of shit. You know, that's one of the big reasons why. You know, it's it sucks because like, you know, I there's things about Massachusetts I don't love. I don't love the weather. After so many years in the snow, I'm tired of the snow. I don't love the way the people are. I got to be honest with you. I'm a sensitive young man. I'm a sensitive I'm a sensitive young Norwood 3. And and because of that, I actually never really got along with people in Boston who were like always busting balls. You know, people think I'm rough around the edges. Nah, I'm actually like the nice Boston guy. Really, I'm the nice Boston guy, and I had to learn how to pop off real quick. You know, I had to learn to be the way that I am. Um, Even the way I talk is different. Like, I don't have the most pronounced Boston accent, but when I was younger, like 15, 20 years ago, I did not have any Boston accent at all. I pronounced my R's very properly. I spoke in a much more prim and proper manner. And I got teased for it. People would accuse me of being from like North Carolina or something like that. It still happens to this day every now and again, but like I know that it's a little bit different. Um, but like I don't love how the people are always fucking around like that, you know? It's just annoying to always be around people who are popping off. It's like that fucking sucks, you know? I like being kind to people and I like when people are kind to me. I appreciate that, you know? Um but you know, tangent. There's things I don't love about Massachusetts. I do love Massachusetts though. It's I was born here. My family has roots here, you know. Fucking I don't know who the first one specifically to be in Massachusetts was, but you know, like my great grandfather, he fought in the Civil War for the 20th Massachusetts. He was actually living in Nashua, New Hampshire at the time. Don't know how he got recruited to the 20th Massachusetts specifically, but you know, um, and then there's uh, another answer. My wife's watching fucking TV right now, and I'm kind of captivated by it a little bit. But there's another ancestor of mine who was here since the founding of the nation. He was also New Hampshire. He did a big part in founding Dover and Rochester, those that area of New Hampshire. You know, I've seen him associated with Dover, and I've seen him associated with Rochester. I don't know if those are exactly like close together or not, but the bottom line is like I have ancestry back to the founding of the nation in New England. You know, and it's like you know it sucks to leave your homeland behind. It really does, you know? And it's going to be weird for me to be the first to go somewhere else and be like, my family has no roots here. I guess I'm the one. Damn. Whose shoulders am I going to stand on? You know? Shit, I got to be the giant now? Fuck. Shit, am I ready for that? Fuck, man, I don't know. I hope I am, but it's weird. It's definitely weird, you know. And I'm as ready for it as I'm gonna be. But you know, it just sucks to everything that you know and love goodbye. You know, is it true, guys? From Boston are born with caps on. Yeah, you got two kinds of guys that are born in Boston. You have dudes that are born with fitted Red Sox caps on. They're always fitted. And then you have dudes that are born with scally caps on. Those are the two caps. Tried Chattanooga, Tennessee, no state tax, polite people, warm weather. Honestly, my plan the plan right now is we go to the place that we're considering and we branch out from there. Like where we are going to set up for the next year or two may not be the place that we're actually going to stay. We are going to look around and we're going to see, hey, what's this state have to offer? What's that state have to offer? This one's close by. We can take a day trip there if we want. Haha. We can go there for a weekend or something. And, oh, excuse me. If we like it in that place that much and we feel that we can get set up there, then we're probably going to end up there. Other than that, if that doesn't work out, my wife and I are seriously considering just going to Brazil, you know? And again, this is like that familial thing. The familial bonds in Brazil are not completely and totally broken yet. If we went to Brazil, we would end up living in my mother-in-law's house. We would not even probably bother moving out because it's just going to be me and my mother-in-law anyway. And my mother-in-law would probably give us that house. you know. We would have to have a conversation with like my other in-laws about that, but like I mean, she's the only one that's married, you know. Either that or my wife has said like, yeah, I have a feeling if we were in Brazil, we would have a house by now because like my uncles and everybody would have tried to make sure that like we were good to go. Do you baby? Do you remember saying that? Talking about we were talking about like what if we ended up in Brazil and you said like yeah, if we were in Brazil we would probably have a house because like my family would like make sure we're taken care of. Yeah. Her family isn't like rich as fuck either. Like that like I don't know what her uncles do, but like her mom was a hairdresser and her aunt is a lawyer and like that's it. Like it's not like they're bankers, not like they're I mean, lawyer's a good profession, don't get me wrong, but like we're not talking the Rothschilds of Brazil here, you know. Um by no means like poor, but like it's not small loan of $1 million type shit, you know. And it's just like, man, why am I not in Brazil right now? You know? Like, I feel like I need to try to make it work in America. Like, my wife came here for a couple of different reasons. One of them being she was like, well, it is a little bit safer in America. Um, so it would feel weird to be like, all right, fuck it, we'll just go back to Brazil. But like if we couldn't make it work in the next place we were at, I don't know that I would even be like, no, let's try one more. You know, like you'd probably if I did one day I disappear, a year later, I log in, you see like a favela in the background. I go live. I'm noticeably more tan. I'm wearing fucking I'm wearing a soccer jersey, a Cruzeiro soccer jersey. Oh man. Agartha, Hyperborea, baby. We're gonna go to Hyperborea. Yeah, you'd fit in. Scott Brazil vlogs with him doing the accent would be hilarious. Hello, guys, and today we are going to the city of God. Hello, hello, guys. We are going to Vidigal. I hope I do not die. Do you think they will appreciate me pretending to be Brazilian there? Hmm. You said if I keep my mouth shut, people would think I'm Brazilian if we went to like North Korea or something. If I said I'm Brazilian. Hmm. I see. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say it in English though. When we go to North Korea, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, hello, I am from Brazil. How do you say your name? Scotch. Scotch. That's how my mother-in-law says my name. Is Scotch. Oh man, we gotta figure out when she's coming again. I know, yeah, I know you're waiting, but you know. Hmm. All right, it's time to play some margaritas. Meu nome é Scotch. Olá, meu nome é Scotch. Eu sou brasileiro. Eu sou o brasileiro. I am the Brazilian. I gotta start speaking more Portuguese. It's like it's just it, for one thing, I haven't been around that many Brazilians. Like it's here, and it's like, well, I'm not constantly striking up conversation with your brother and sister, and then also like, we're just like I don't like when we're trying to figure out dinner, we don't want to be stumbling through Portuguese. We're just like, let's fucking eat something. I want dinner. But I tried to speak it at the Brazilian store and I did okay, but that's just because I was like, bolo de brigadeiro, and she was like, how many? And I was like, por favor. She didn't even speak it back with me. She was like, "What the?" She did that thing the French do, where like if you go to France and you try to speak French, even if your French is like flawless, they'll speak English with you, and not because they're like, "Oh, I want them to feel comfortable," but because in their head they're like, "He is bastardizing our language," you know literally like the French are like it's funny too because Americans catch so much shit. People are like, Americans are arrogant, they're blah blah blah. The French, you fucking forget about it. They are the absolute worst. They are the worst. The French you see who come here, it's like, they're cool. Like there was a dude, I think you might have I think you might have known him. He was a tall dude at the gym when you were going there. I don't like mentioning names, even though, yeah, like, he was a really nice guy, but like he he probably was like, yeah, why would I want to live in France? There's French people there. They're all assholes. Like that's probably to some degree his opinion is like, yeah, yeah, we're pretty particular. I'm a little more chill than a lot of my countrymen, you know. Hmm. Oh man. All right, I think we're good there. Hold on. I just remembered I have to uh damn it. I actually have to exit out real quick because I need to adjust the volume. I have the volume at 100, which is going to absolutely blast in my ear. I'm going to put it down to like 50, I think is good. All right. Now we get to start that process over again. Arc Raiders takes forever to boot up on my system, so it's like, yeah. I need a haircut. I need a haircut and I need more hair. That's what I need. I know joke. I know joke will probably get hair plugs or like a hair transplant or something like that when I go to Brazil. I don't have plans to go to Brazil right now. And again, that's like, I mean, that's the excuse anyway, is like, my wife and I get married. My first thought was not, "Hey, let's go to Brazil." My first thought was like, "Hey, like, let's try and get a house and like let's get our lives figured out. Let's get you a green card and citizenship, and then maybe we'll get a house and then we can have some kids and all this other stuff. And then at some point we'll go to Brazil." But like, we spend the last 5 years, like, we get our green card or citizenship, and then we just don't do anything other than that because, again, like, everything in Massachusetts is just that shitty. But I'm realizing that we could go at any point. We just gotta hop on a plane and go. That's all. So it is kind of my fault. It is kind of my fault. Um, but like, when I go to Brazil, I'm probably, like, no joke, gonna get hair plugs. Like, that's what my wife did. She had to do some dental shit. Instead of doing it here, she went to Brazil a couple years ago just to visit her family because she was like that homesick. She was like, whether you can or can't go, I just really want to go. So I was like, all right, go ahead. Oh, excuse me, jeez. And like, she got her dental stuff done. It would have cost her like 5 to 10 grand here. It cost her like 1,000 here, and it wasn't like easy shit either. That feel when Scott gets deported by ICE to Brazil with his wife, best day of his life. Honestly, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I am a little bit afraid that I might actually really like it down there. you know, I am a little afraid that I might really like it. And if I was gonna do something like that, Buried City, Bird City. Interesting, interesting, interesting. All right, you know what? Fuck it. We'll go for it. Anyway, want to upgrade. I lost a Pharaoh 4 earlier, and I'm so fucking mad about that. Perfect. Sick. I got the Pharaoh 4 now. I'll see what I can do with this too. Nice. I need more mechanical components. That's fine. I'll take a Ket 3. But oh. Shit. Okay, so you know what? Do I have another medium shield? I do have another medium shield. Hell yeah. Anyway, I am a little bit afraid that I'm gonna like it. You know, like if there's one thing I can't stand about Brazilians culturally is that they're a little too chill sometimes, but I do like the chillness. They're very relaxed, they're very easygoing, very warm and friendly, and I appreciate that. Like culturally, that's just how they are. And what I dislike is that sometimes you're dealing with them and they don't realize the severity of a situation because to them they're on island time a lot of the time, and it's like, oh fuck, like I would want to save up as much money as I could. Hell, maybe even take out a fucking loan here. Be like, yeah, we're gonna open up a restaurant in America. Nah, that would be fraud. I couldn't do something like that. That's a joke. But like just save as much money as I possibly could. Oh, Raider flare. Save as much money as I possibly could, and then like head down there and start a business. Like running a business is not easy, but it's a lot more leisurely than a lot of people will fucking admit. I refuse to believe that it's that hard that you shouldn't do it. You know. I think everybody has this thing where the grass is greener on the other side. And business owners are always going to be like, yeah, but like, what the fuck? Yeah, but like, I could have just got a regular job. And it's like, yeah, and then you would have had to wake up at fucking 7 a.m. every day, or 6 or 5 or 4, and go work for some fucking asshole, you know? At the very least, the work you did was your work. Well, well. If I could open a business with like American dollars there, it's like forget about it. That is a huge boon to go there with American dollars and open a business. I might not even open a business straight out. I might just straight up like look for the nicest place that I can and buy a house cash. If I had that much to be able to do that in the first place. Got him. Ah shit. Ah shit. Ah damn it. What's wrong with me? Got him. That guy right there makes me nervous, though. I'm not gonna lie. Anybody makes me nervous lately. That was not a good sound, though. That sounded like a bastion. Yep. Mm-hmm. There he is. Shit. I don't think I can sneak away from that. I think I have to dip the fuck out. Oh, perfect. Thought it's supposed to be increased zip lines. This would have been the perfect place for one. Or here. Where'd the bat? Oh, I hear somebody switching. Oh, that's not good. Oh, shit, that's not good either. Oh, damn it. Ah, what the fuck? Oh, damn it. Oh. Can't catch a break here. There we go. Sick. Somebody's here. Oh, man. Yo, that thing just fucked somebody up, I bet. Oh, shit. I do not want that thing finding me. I just need to get out of this area. I'm gonna grab those simple gun parts from this thing. I'll grab a power cell just in case. See, sometimes I'm in the mood to kill Ark. Other times I want a PvP. I figure I'd warm up by killing some Ark, and then I'll go into like a more PvP sort of position, you know. Perfect. Oh, nice. Take that. Ooh. I think I'd rather keep that in the butt pocket. So now I especially don't want to PvP anybody because I got a couple of things that I could utilize, you know. At the very least, the complex gun parts are taken care of. Sounds like he's going after Ark. What the? Oh, hoo hoo. Well, one of those things got me earlier. That's how I ended up losing my Pharaoh 4. I do not want to take a chance with that thing. No way. Me taking down my neighbor's kid's drone toy. Hell yeah. I started buying shit off Temu, and it's a lot better than you would expect. I will say that. I'm not trying to be Mr. like Temu guy here or anything like that, but I have bought some stuff off there that is pretty fun. Somebody is. Oh, fuck. Oh, ah. Sorry, trying to lock in real quick. Oh, damn it. There we go. Anyway, you can buy drones for mad cheap. And I don't know if Blood Games 2 is going to happen. I know Fish Tank Season 5 is going to be March 15th. I saw that announcement, like I'm sure everybody else did. Oh, shit. Anyway, saw that announcement like I'm sure everybody else did. And I just hold on. I just realized you guys can't hear any of this. You guys can't hear any of what's going on in the game right now. Sorry about that. Jeez. Anyway. I think one thing that would be cool would be a drone attack. If there was a Blood Games 2. Because you can get like $25 drones on Temu. Yeah, you can get like drones that are really cheap on Temu, and you know, I'm sure there's ways they could be modified. Or truthfully, it would be kind of funny to just fly drones into people. I would assume they don't hurt that bad, you know, but I guess that's getting into kind of more of a Jackass style thing. I don't know. I don't know how some of the people we were gonna bring on for Blood Games 2 would have exactly felt about that, but you know, could have saved that for a later game. You know, when everybody's in there, they feel that sunk cost sort of situation going on. They're like, nah, dude, it's been like a week. Like, I might as well stay for the extra week, dude. Whatever, I get hit by a drone. Who cares? Oh, shit. Go! Oh, man. Where are they at? Oh, somebody just popped. Where are these guys? That's not good. See, what I'm mainly concerned about is, really? Oh. What I'm mainly concerned about is that Rocketeer. What's going on, Cherry? Yeah, I guess Fish Tank Season 5 is going to be March 15th. That's pretty cool. I'm curious what they got in store. I don't know how much of it I'm going to be watching personally. Probably not much, you know. You know, maybe I'll check in every now and again on stream, but, you know. Damn it. Alright. Tired of wasting these fucking... Time to use a little bit of the kettle. What the fuck, dude? These guys just can't seem to get it. Ah, what the fuck? There we fucking go. How many of those did I kill? Like 4 or 5? There's 1, 2, 3. That looks like 4 right there. No, that's not 4. I killed enough of them, okay? I killed enough of them. Alright. shit. Ooh, okay. 4 minutes. It's not a ton. It's also not that bad though either. I need to find an actual. Oh.
Go to that metro.
Perfect. I just gotta hope nobody's camping the metro. Somebody was raiding something, scavenging something. Oh shit. Yo. Those things just respawn randomly, don't they? Someone's coming around the corner. Oh, shit. At the very least, this Trailblazer will absolutely fuck up anybody who comes around that corner with bad intentions. Season 3 is the best season. Yeah, I don't know, you know. I think it could have been the best season. Oh. You friendly?
Yeah, I come in peace. I want to get out too.
All right, cool. I love doing that to people, but anyway. Yeah, I mean, if season 3 wasn't the best season, it had the potential to be until they had to flee the house. You know, it really is unfortunate. You know, I kind of took pride a little bit in being like somebody who was hanging around that scene for a little while because it felt cool to be a part of something that was at the height, even though I was not very well appreciated by a lot of people. You know, like there was almost like a sort of do-it-yourself kind of thing going on with like people on the East Coast, whether it was like dudes in New York City, like, you know, the Nick Mullins, or like, you know, New England where you had MDE, or like you know, Pennsylvania with Shane Gillis. I know he like was living in New York or something like that. There seemed to be this like sort of interconnected, woven thing, and even though it's not like I knew any of those other guys, like to be affiliated with somebody or people who were a part of that, especially at the height of it, where like, again, like Sam Hyde kind of had a career renaissance. I remember the first time he and I met, he told me straight up his career was dwindling. Those are the words he used. He said, because my career's dwindling, and he kind of laughed about it, you know? And then, like, within a couple of months, he had that resurgence, partially because of the iDubbbz video. Then he won his boxing match, you know, and then Fish Tank. Like, to have been a part of that is like cool, you know, and it gave me a bit of pride as a New Englander to know that even though a lot of the people involved in this were not New Englanders themselves, you know, like Jet, he's a Georgia boy. He's a Georgia boy. Ben, I think, is from he is from California. It was still New England centric. It was still New England centered, you know. And I really do believe that if they just greased the right palms, they could have made it work. And for some reason, it just didn't. Like they just didn't. I don't know if it's that they couldn't or if they just were like, no, it's fine. We'll figure it out without having to play ball with these shithead local politicians. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the deal was, but I mean, hey, it's whatever. Like, it just does suck to know that Fish Tank will not be a New England thing anymore, Um, but hey, what you gonna do? Well. Anyway, let's get some PvP going. Sick. Sick. Ooh, a Vita Spray blueprint. Yeah, I'm gonna have to really grind for some of that shit. If you kill Arc, you get more points, which gives you more rewards. And I could use that Vita Spray blueprint. Luckily, I got 5 days to get that. Like even I've been doing a lot of reflecting about life, and part of that is also like what I was doing from say 2022 to 2024, and like that is it's just really cool, and I'm really proud to have been able to do the stuff that I've done. And I'm thankful that I was able to be a part of that, and that's because they all hit me up, and that's why I won't trash Jet or anything like that. I've made it known that I'm not thrilled with some of the ways things went down regarding me, but you're never gonna hear me like fucking Jet's this, Sam is that. Like you're never gonna hear that out of me, Trying to remember what I was supposed to level up. Yeah, alright, well. We're gonna go to Stella, and we're gonna start shooting motherfuckers. We shooting motherfuckers. Ah, man, I have a few Torrentes. I have more than a few Torrentes. I'm wondering if I should break them out. You know what? Oh, wait. I have arpeggios as well. I'm going to go anvil primary, arpeggio secondary. Let's see if I can repair that arpeggio a little bit. All right, I need mechanical components, which I can refine. That's a good thing. Wait, where am I going? Silly me. Silly me. Oh, yeah, the refiner. What do I need for that? I need fucking bombardier cells. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. I don't even know where I found the first one. Fuck. Yeah, I need a level 3. I need a level 3 power to do power rods. That's not even crazy either. I just need a level 3. That's it, I need to go on a hunt for bombardier cells is what I need to do. Stella. Oh, no. Upgrade. No. Although, it would be nice to upgrade it, but I'd rather repair it right now. Yeah. The arpeggio is pretty strong as is. I need that kind of ammo. I have so much shit. And I can't expand my inventory anymore. So I'm just kind of, I've been trying to give these to fucking somebody I play with, and I haven't played with them in a little while. These are pretty nice guns. Got some snowballs as well. Alright. Nah, fuck yeah, I need a battery to... Luckily, batteries are easy to come by. Anyway. Alright. Keeps dropping me in mad late. Off to a great fucking start. That's what happens when it drops you in mad late. Well, I guess medical research is good because, you know, at the very least I am potentially going to find some stuff that I need, but I also don't like that there's like 40 shredders in here. Need rusted shut medical kits. Why will it not let me climb? Oh. Well. We got PvPers, alright. No, you know what? Oogly boogly fucking nothing. Oh shit, it was supposed to be one shot. My bad, man. I'm a horrible shot, bro. My bad. Oh shit, again? My bad, my bad. Oh, damn it.
That's a bummer. Ouch. It's okay. Everyone is, you know, get better over time.
I don't want to, like, search this guy, but, you know. Yeah, he doesn't have...
Why are you a bad person?
Oogly boogly.
Who raised you?
Your mother.
Who did this to you? Who touched you?
Ah, he's gonna get me.
That guy touched you in the feet, that's it.
You're a bad person. Who raised you?
He's a bad person.
He is a bad person.
Sorry!
Wait, not gonna help me up at least? I was hoping I could drag him into... Oh, shit. He's really gonna help me up. Alright, appreciate that. Shit. Honestly, I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna see if I can finesse someone into helping me. You're all chill? Do any of you chill people have a defib? Oh shit, I don't know where you are, but some asshole fucking downed me. Let's try. I don't know where you're at. I'm on the balcony area where all those fucking shipping containers are. This is really working.
And someone was calling you a bad person, so I just assumed I shouldn't have done that.
Nah, that's okay. I guess somebody has a defib. This is this is really working. Oh shit, yeah, I'm probably above you.
West side, loading bay.
Yeah. Yo, this is actually gonna work. I am such a shithead for this. He just stabilized me too, so like. Nah, I'm right here. They getting PvP'd? I'm such a piece of shit for this one.
I think I see him.
Yeah, I think I see you.
There you are.
That's so funny.
There we go.
Shit, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Yep, no problem.
All right.
And get down again.
Oh, thank you. Oh, now I gotta play pacifist for the rest of the round. People on Stella usually. People on Stella are usually like aggro, you know. I gotta find where I killed that guy. I guess that's what I get. That was rude, sir. That was very rude. You're gay for that. Oh man. I almost too. Almost. That's karma. That's definitely karma. That's definitely karma. You know. I'm not even mad. That's so funny, man. Hell yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do one more round. I didn't expect it to be so populated. Oh, the cred limit. Fucking okay. The J killer, apparently. Anyway, I gotta spend these on some shit. I don't even know what to spend them on. Did I? No? Oh, okay. Alright. Oh, wait. Yeah, fuck it, I'll do that one. Been eyeing that one for a little while. Yeah, fuck it. So I'm gonna go Arpeggio. Nah, I'm gonna go Arpeggio and a Toro because I never use shotguns anyway. I don't have tons of medium shields. I believe I can make medium shields. I'm pretty sure I can make medium shields now, so I don't think it's bad that I'm using tons of medium shields. Throw one in there. Should I... Yeah, fuck it. In fact, this Fortnite? Hell yeah, it's Fortnite. Just popped in to say, yo, Scuff Realtor show in Chicago tomorrow. Stoked. Have a great night. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know, it's cool to see that. It's cool to see that Nick and Alex have kind of developed that out. You know, good for them. Takes almost a whole magazine and the shotgun to kill one of those things. Oh. Oh. Don't want to fuck with that. No sirree. People are letting each other have it over there. I want to at least get the medical before I start trying to, like, fuck with people. Guy must be below me. Actually gonna... Wait a second. Oh no, I'm not as high up as I should be if I want to get to medical. So in that case... Shit. It's the last thing I needed to run into. Oh, somebody just went off. This is unlooted. I actually could use some explosive compound. Sounds like somebody could be outside that door, but I could be wrong. Yeah, sounds like somebody's outside that door. Ooh, yeah. There's a few of them. Dude, I cannot escape these things. Where is all this fucking coming from? Ah, yes. I don't even know exactly where I'm going. I'm not that familiar with Stella. I just know that I hear a lot of PvP, though. Shit. Oh, man. The lobby is a decent PvP zone. What's this? Oh. Where are these guys? They must be below me. Sounds like they could be below me. I'm not trying to pick a fight I'm gonna lose necessarily. Oh. Oh, they're at the train stations, aren't they?
Bro shot at me. Hey, bro shot at me. He shot at me. What happened? He shot at me.
Where are these guys?
This guy right here.
This guy right here.
Who you shoot at?
That guy over there.
Where the fuck are these guys? I'm missing all the action. I am missing all the action here. I cannot find these guys. They're probably up there. Yeah, they must be. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, let's see if I can get in here and, you know, not shoot anybody as well.
No, I don't have any.
They must be up a level then. God damn it. Guess we're all just hanging out. I wanna scope these guys out before I start trying to put holes in them. You know, right now there's no way I could take all 3 of them. But perhaps one alone. Nick Fuentes is fucking gay. I thought that was the Groiper guy. That's why I started shooting at him specifically. Oh, man. But anyway. How's it going, Joe Buttslash? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, how many fucking raiders? Oh, there was only like... It's only like fucking 4 of them. I wanna see if this guy accepts the invite. Anyway. Who did... So... Oh, boy. Anyway. Yeah, it is about time I get out of here, though. Excuse me. Gotta do a little more studying before tomorrow. And, you know, I just gotta hang out. Do some hanging out. I appreciate you guys. Alright. I should be streaming Friday. If not, it will definitely be Saturday. One of those is going to be a kick stream specifically. So, you know, I hope you will be there for both of them, but especially the kick stream. I will talk to you guys later. And until next time, peace out.